rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you in midair. Send in the clowns. Isn't it bliss? Don't you approve? One who keeps tearing around, one who can't move. Where are the clowns? Send in the clowns. Just when I'd stopped opening doors, finally knowing the one that I wanted was yours. Making my entrance again with my usual flair. Sure of my lines, no one is there. Don't you love farce? My fault, I fear. I thought that you'd want what I want. Sorry, my dear. But where are the clowns? Quick, send in the clowns. Don't bother, they're here. Isn't it rich? Isn't it queer? Losing my timing this late in my career. But where are the clowns? There ought to be clowns. Well, maybe next year. That was Send in the Clowns, written for a little night music by the recently late Stephen Sondheim. Died actually 3 weeks ago today and will be sorely missed, although he lived a rich life and left a treasure trove of music that I will continue to be grateful for. I played that, or arranged that and played it, for a request by a friend of the Morristown UkeJam in Texas. And I played it straight from the charts of the Morristown UkeJam. So take the link in the video description, download the free ukulele song sheet, grab your own ukulele, and you can play right along with this video. And if you'll be anywhere near Morristown, New Jersey, come out and play with us. In just a moment, I'll do a basic tutorial covering everything I just played. And at the very end, I'll do a slow motion close-up play along that you might find helpful. But right now, if you like the video, please like the video with a thumbs up. If you want lots more, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want hundreds more free downloadable ukulele song sheets, each with a link to its own free video tutorial and play along, then check out our Dropbox and then come play with us. And now, before I start, I have to introduce you to this little baby. This is actually the first ukulele I ever owned, given to me on Christmas many years ago, over 50 years ago, by my parents. I was 7 or 8 years old at the time. And so I chose to play this song on this ukulele for two reasons. One, because Gail in Texas plays a soprano with a high G, which is unlike my usual, my favorite ukulele is a tenor with low G. But on this song, I actually only used 3 strings. That's right, I never used the G string. So you can play this, if you want to play it the way I played it, you can play it with a high G tuning or a low G tuning, and no one will even be able to tell. Here's what I did. I'm just going to put my left hand on a D. I'm going to put one of each of my 4 strong fingers on my right hand. I only have 4 strings, so I don't need my pinky. I'm going to put one of each of my fingers on each of the strings, and I'm going to leave my thumb on that top string, the 4th one from the floor. I'm going to leave it there for the entire song. The entire song. My thumb never comes off of that string. That's all I'm doing. Stepping down from the ceiling to the floor. It's the third from the floor, second from the floor, first from the floor. I'm forming a D. That's the entire song with my right hand. Actually, I think at the very, very, very end, the very last one, I think I played a D. Strummed down once. That was it. The entire song, I played that arpeggio. If you've never played an arpeggio before, and you've always thought they sounded lovely, this is the one for you. There are no exceptions. It's just 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. And the rest is with your left hand. Now, the only thing I have left to talk about is all of those chord transitions. So here we go. It starts out with the intro, which is basically an instrumental verse. Start with a D suspended fourth. Like 2, 2, 3, 0. So I got my thumb on my top string. I am not going to move it. So one time through, D suspended fourth. And then all I'm doing is sliding my ring finger back to the second fret to form that D. Slide it out again. And back. And then four more times. 1, 2, 3, and then the G. With the G, I'm going to take my ring finger. That's my stability point here. My ring finger is just going to slide back to where it was with the D suspended fourth. But now I'm going to move my other fingers around. So my ring finger is the only one moving so far, right? You know, from D suspended fourth to D, D suspended fourth, D. And now I'm going to move it back to that third fret and move my other fingers around to a G. And now I'm dropping my pinky on the fourth fret of the third string from the floor to form that E minor, and just once. And then I pick it up again. Okay, so I'm on that G for 2 measures. 1, 2, and I drop my pinky down. 3, and then I pick it up. 4. And now I'm going to slide my index finger down 1 fret to the first fret and form an A. Drop my my ring finger right next to my index finger to form that A suspended fourth. And pick it up again. And now drop it down again to start the verse. Isn't it? And here is the biggest jump in the song. From that A suspended fourth to a D. You actually have to pick them all up and drop a D. That's the only time in the entire song where you have to pick up all your fingers and drop them down in different places. And even then, you're not moving them much. You're moving your 2 middle strong fingers, your middle finger and your ring finger, you're moving them over 1 string. So instead of being on the 4th and 3rd strings, they're going to be on the... what am I doing here? Sorry, getting a little confused. Yeah, instead of being on the A suspended fourth, right, they're going to go to a D. So you're moving them over 1 string. Okay, so again, the verses, same thing. It's exactly the same thing twice for verses 1 and 2 as we just played. Exactly the same. And then the bridge. Bridge is a little harder. But so, send in the clowns. I'm ending up on a D at the end of the second verse. For that bridge, what I'm going to do, my ring finger is now on the 2nd string. I'm going to kind of lay it flat so it's only covering the 1st string. And I'm going to put my index finger across the 1st fret to bar it for that C sharp 7th. Okay, so I had a D, and now I'm going to roll my ring finger out and bar my index, and that's my C sharp 7th. And then I roll my ring finger back up, kind of arch it so it's only hitting the 2nd string to get that F sharp minor. And I'm going to do that 3 times. That is to say, once again, I'm going to lay it flat and bar the 1st for a C sharp 7. 3 times. Just when I'd stopped opening doors, finally knowing the one that I wanted was yours. Now what I'm going to do there, from the F sharp minor there, I'm going to lay my middle finger flat and bar the 2nd fret, so that's a D6. Yours. And now again, I'm going to arch that middle finger to go back to the F sharp minor again, making my, from the F sharp minor, I'm going to move my fingers around a little. I'm basically going to stay on the same frets, but I'm going to move my my middle and ring fingers down one string and my index finger up one string to form an E7th. So from F sharp minor, entrance again, that's my E7, with my usual, and back to the F sharp minor again, flair. Flatten out my middle finger to form that D6th, barring the second fret, sure of my lines, back to the F sharp minor. And now I'm going to once again move my middle and ring fingers over one string to the first and third strings, but I'm going to pick up my index finger now for that G6. No one is, and drop the A again. There. Don't you love farce? And back to the third verse. And the fourth verse is the same. And the intro, that is to say, playing the intro as an interlude is the same as well. And that's it. I've covered the entire song. So I'm going to stop talking at you. I am now going to play through the intro, the first two verses, and the bridge. The rest of it is just duplicating. But so, yeah, I'm going to play close up on my chord changing hand. You know, you don't have to see my right hand because you know exactly what it does. Every part of the song, all it does is that arpeggio. Okay, here we go now. Slow motion from the intro. 5. Oh, actually, it's 3/4 time, isn't it? Or, yeah. 1, 2, and. Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you in midair. Send in the clowns. Isn't it bliss? Don't you approve? One who keeps tearing around, one who can't move. Where are the clowns? Send in the clowns. Just when I'd stopped opening doors, finally knowing the one that I wanted was yours, making my entrance again with my usual flair, sure of my lines, no one is there. Haha, that's it. See you Wednesday. Bye.